Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror film reviews, ratings, rankings, and rumors. Now for your hosts, Danny, Joel, and Katrina.
Oh yeah, this is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Katrina the Creature.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. And we're here with Jigglypuff Joel.
Hey guys, what's
Joel,
up?
okay.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Well,
Throwing some Pokemon in there.
Pokemon. Catch 'em
Totally
all.
what this is about.
All right, so we are back with a brand new film to review. Just came out this year. Just came out a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
It is Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, Joel, can you tell us who is a part of it?
Yes, I can.
All right.
So this one stars Catherine Newton. She is our main character. She's Lisa. She was in Freaky with Vince Vaughn, Vince Vaughn horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago. Paranormal Activity 4. Big Little Lies, 14 episodes, and the upcoming horror movie Abigail, which
okay, yeah,
which another monster universe movie because that's Dracula's daughter, I think.
Yeah.
Dracula is in the
Yep.
world right now.
He's everywhere. And then we got Cole Sprouse. He is the creature. And I kind of feel sorry for this actor because he's actually been acting since he was 1 year old, and he was,
Yeah.
So he never got a childhood. But before that, he was a baby for 112 episodes of Grace Under Fire, which it was like a 90s like sitcom.
So they kept the same baby for 112 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was a twin, so they use it's like a Mary Kate and Ashley thing for Full House, where they would switch out the babies or the kids. He was Ben for 7 episodes of Friends.
Only 7 episodes, huh?
Yeah, he was only in the 7 episodes.
Okay.
I think she had Ben in like season 1, and I guess they just never had him. Or at least never had him. And
he barely is in the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so he was the baby in the show. He wasn't the later.
No, he
Ben.
was.
He's the later Ben.
Oh, yeah. He's the later Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the later Ben.
I'm sure Joel will say the next big thing he's been in.
Let's find out.
Well, I mean, I'm one of them was Riverdale for 136 episodes.
Well, that's when he's an adult. Another kid show he was in was Sweet Life.
Well, yeah, the Sweet Life was that was like the middle of his life, kind of.
And that's where like you can recognize him, though, like Ben and the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. You can tell those are the same actors.
Yeah, okay. And Big Daddy also, like
Big Daddy.
Same kind of like
same kid.
He's been
he's done a lot. Yeah, and for him to really not have any lines in this movie is kind of crazy.
We'll talk about that for sure. Yeah, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, so Sweet Life of Zach and Cody for 87 episodes, and then a spin-off show called The Sweet Life on Deck for 71 episodes.
Yes.
So he's been on TV for a long time.
Wow.
And then we've got Lisa Soberano. She's Taffy. She's the stepsister.
Okay.
She was, and there's a lot of TV for this girl too. But she was in a show called Forevermore for 147 episodes. A show called Dolce Amor for 137 episodes, and a show called Pagani for 111 episodes. But I think those are like daytime soap operas because a couple of those only had 1 year. So I think it was one of those like it's on every single day of the week, like a new episode every day. Yeah. So that would be a lot to have to do it every single day.
Yeah,
that's crazy. This was written by Diablo Cody. She is a Oscar-winning writer.
Oh,
she wrote, not for this one, but she wrote Jennifer's Body, which is another horror movie.
She won an Oscar for that?
No, she didn't. Okay. It's not the one that she won an Oscar for. A show called United States of Terror for 36 episodes, and the one she did win was for Juno. Michael Cera.
Yeah. We like Juno. Yeah. We did our wedding dance to one of the Juno songs.
Yeah. One of the Juno dances.
Yeah. You know, Joel.
You
don't remember our wedding dance? Gosh.
I don't remember the movie that well. This was directed by Zelda Williams, which is Robin Williams' daughter.
Oh,
so
okay.
She nice. And she directed some stuff that I don't really know about. Kappa Die, Dark/Web for one episode, Shrimp, which is a TV movie, and 3 JoJo music videos.
Oh, JoJo Siwa.
No, just JoJo.
JoJo. Oh, yeah.
You remember JoJo?
Different JoJo.
Oh, are we talking about the
singer?
Singer?
Yeah.
The guy?
Mm-hmm. No. That was a girl.
She was like I think she started in like the early 2000s.
Not Casey and JoJo.
Okay. And
there was another one called JoJo. No.
Man. Yeah. So many JoJos.
Yeah. She was actually also like an actress singer. Too. She was in like one of them was Aquamarine or something like that. Some girly like movie.
Okay.
So she did some music videos and she directed 3 of them. So
okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this one is a coming of rage love story about a teenager and her crush, who happens to be a corpse.
That's not accurate.
I would agree with that.
We'll have to talk about the accuracy of that.
After a set of horrific circumstances brings him back to life, the two embark on a journey to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like that description very much.
I guess it's kind of hard to make a description, like an accurate one of this movie, because it's kind of all over the place at certain points.
Yeah.
Like the whole crush on is not an accurate description whatsoever. If anything, she's jealous of him because he's dead. Like it's like she loves the cemetery because she wants to be in it, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what she says. Yeah. And at the same time, she did have a fascination. I think it should have said a fascination.
Mm-hmm.
Not a crush. She was very fascinated with him and felt a connection with him.
She has a crush.
She had talked about she had talked about the connection she felt with him right at the beginning before the whole lightning or whatever we want to call it.
Green thunder.
Yeah. Before all that, she had talked to Taffy about the connection she felt with him and how she felt just comfortable talking to him about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she did have a connection. It wasn't necessarily a crush because she talked to him. Part of what she talked to him about was her crush that she did have. And that does play a key part in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
it does.
They can't just take away that other crush she has.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the reviewers before we get into our review.
Yes, let's do that.
So Rotten Tomatoes says 51% on the tomato meter.
All right. It's rotten.
It's rotten, but it's not super rotten for a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's especially not super rotten for a PG-13 horror movie, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie really isn't gonna
higher scores than like some of the Insidious movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, the score will probably go down over time a little bit.
We'll see.
Scores rarely go up. But I will say this is a movie that's not going to be for everybody. So I don't think this is really the critics. Like, I don't know. I don't see critics really liking this movie that much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a
I'll say I'm not super surprised at that score, and I am a little bit surprised at the jump for the audience score, because we've got an 82% for the audience score.
Dang, a lot of teenagers in my audience.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, probably like a lot of Cole Sprouse fans.
Yeah.
So that's for Rotten Tomatoes, and then for IMDb, we've got a pretty solid 6.6.
Okay.
Oh, I think that went up a little bit from when I first looked at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I looked at it like the day it came out or something, and it was lower, I think. 6.4, I want to say.
It's not your job.
I always
report on that.
I always look.
Cheating. All right. So you're not like surprised when I give out the reviews and stuff? You don't have,
not
like, authentic
not for
surprise.
brand new IMDb scores.
Wow. Sorry, audience.
For older ones.
Ones, yes. Yeah, for when we did like the Final Destination ones and stuff, I didn't know where they would land.
Yeah.
So
okay.
To be fair, I get my information from IMDb also, so it's kind of hard to like scan through and not see the score.
Yeah.
But it's really good information to have. I like when you give that information out. So it may not be authentic for us, but it's authentic for someone.
So this is a brand new movie, so we're not doing spoilers, right?
We're not doing spoilers for any movies going forward unless you're on Patreon. That's how you get the spoilers for any of the movies, including this one, but also for any of the older films that we may normally do spoilers for on the regular stuff. But we're saving spoilers for all of them. So
right now we're saving spoilers for Caitlin, because she is our Patreon member
right now, and so she'll get to hear all the good stuff later on.
So for this recording, we will be stopping before we get to spoilers.
Yeah, we'll give our score before that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hydrate. We got to get some liquid IV.
We're gonna do.
Oh, you actually have one.
Yeah, I have one because I was waiting to get it in.
Yeah,
I brought my water bottle to put it in.
Okay, cool. So liquid IV, if you don't know what that is, it's a little powder that you put into your water. They got sugar-free options.
This is the sugar-free. I really like the sugar-free.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the sugar-free because I don't like too strong of sugar stuff, sugary things. So I really like the subtleness of the sugar-free.
Yeah, so you can get the regular ones with sugar, and then you can get the sugar-free ones. They have a lot of different flavors. The benefits of liquid IV is hydration. They have other ones that are, more energy boosting or helping with sleep. And, I'm sure there's other ones too that have different benefits. And electrolytes is a big part of liquid IV as well. You get a lot of electrolytes with these, more than you'll get from a typical sports drink.
Yep.
All right, so we have a discount code for you guys, so you can go check it out and get a little bit of save a little bit of money. So real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code ScareTalkCode at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code ScareTalkCode at liquidiv.com. Okay, so let's talk about Lisa and her Frankenstein. So first of all, I will say that Joel kind of already mentioned it. I don't want to say it's a spoiler, but the Frankenstein guy doesn't doesn't really have lines in the movie.
Grunts and
He has utterances. So he does participate quite a
vocally.
bit.
Yeah.
Vocal
participation.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that though?
I thought Cole Sprouse did a great job. I thought that, so previously I think I've stated before that like Nicolas Cage is like the perfect actor for having no lines in an entire movie.
Yeah.
And this was just as great. Like I loved his performance without being able to talk. I thought he had great like body performance, you know, and his like utterances that he did do were like really solid and like perfect timing.
Yeah. This one's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Very it's not funny. Like a scary movie by any means.
Yeah.
It's more of like a horror comedy. It says coming of rage. So like a coming of age tale of a high school girl. She's kind of a, you know, shy, outcast, dark. And she's looking for love. And it's where she kind of stumbles across.
It was very. It was very, to me, it felt very Tim Burton. Like this,
that's what he said.
This is definitely an Edward Scissorhands type. Like
Edward Scissorhands,
she got inspiration a lot from Edward Scissorhands for this movie. For directing it, and I will say I had fun with this movie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be some like just dumb like teenage girl like movie, and it is. It definitely like it's definitely appeals more to the kids, like the teenage crowd. But I still had a lot of fun with this movie. So
it does take place in the 80s. Too.
Yeah, it's an 89.
Some 80s nostalgia.
Yeah.
For the adults.
That's what I was excited for. Yeah. And I felt like it was really fun. I mean, it was a PG-13, and so it was like kind of funny and silly with like when blood was involved or like parts where like certain things were not shown, but we knew what was happening. And like
that scene had me laughing pretty hard.
And so there's some, you know, I think that they did a good job with the PG-13 being making it fun, making it just lighthearted and fun. I loved the 80s, 90s feel to it. And I loved the just the comedy of it. It was a funny, just enjoyable, silly movie to watch.
Yeah. Not something to take too seriously, I wouldn't say.
Yeah. I really thought that they were going to take it a different way at one point. I really thought this was going to be like a murder mystery type of movie based on what, like at the party that her and her stepsister go to, when her stepsister's telling the story of what happened to her mom and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get something with like, but then I was like, there's like, with this story being told, there's red flags everywhere about who was involved in the killing of her mom and stuff. And so it kind of, it would have been fun for it to go down that route. But at the same time, it kind of pointed to who was involved in that, which I'll probably talk about in the spoiler section if you guys aren't. Because it just, there's like, with her telling the story, there was definitely red flags with certain people in her life. So I'm like, it's probably, but yeah. So
I feel like you might have caught something that I don't know that I caught. So I'm excited to talk about this.
But like, if I was wrong, then it would have been fun to go down that route. But then it kind of like leaned into this other completely different route with with the creature and everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I really enjoyed it. So the acting was really good. I really liked her stepsister. I really didn't think I was
Yeah.
gonna like her, but she wasn't the typical like jealous
Yeah.
sister with like, she kind of made her feel better about having like wearing her clothes and stuff, and like you look really good in that, and like it was just like being more not jealous of what she looks like, but when maybe she looks slightly better than her or whatever, but just I don't know, it just they wrote her in a way that was not stereotypical of
Yeah. Yeah.
of like a jealous friend or whatever. So
Danny and I talked about that too, where it was like refreshing to see,
Mhm.
because we were kind of expecting it to go the other way, where it was like that typical like stepsister that's so mean to
Mhm.
the new sister that comes in and
Yeah.
takes place where she, you know, didn't have space or whatever,
Mhm.
like takes over her role
Yeah.
or whatever. And she just like was really, really genuinely cared
Supportive.
about her
Yeah.
stepsister and
Mhm.
like really, supportive and sweet. And it was refreshing. It was kind of surprising and
Yeah.
threw us off a little bit. And we were kind of almost waiting for it, for the shoe to drop or whatever, ball to drop, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it never happened. It was like
Mhm.
there was one thing that that she got upset about.
At the end.
Yeah.
But even after that, they still like made up and were
Mhm.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind
I
of
will.
endearing.
Yeah. I will say the relationship between her and her stepdad's a little weird though.
Yes. Yes. That was weird.
They don't talk about it, but there's something going on. She calls
Yeah.
him daddy, even though she's only known him for 2 years. Like, okay,
Yeah.
only been in
Yeah.
her
And it
life for
was,
2 years. Like,
yeah.
all right.
It was kind of like, okay, is this like weird? And this is one thing that I would say about the movie is there were times where I was like, is this like a writing thing? Is this an acting thing? Like sometimes it
Mhm.
felt like really, really overacted.
Mhm.
Or possibly it was written that way. And maybe it was written that way to be funny or to be weird. I don't know. Like, but there were
Yeah.
times where it was like, okay, this is like super over the top.
Mhm.
And some of it was with the stepdaughter and the stepdad. And it
Mhm.
was like, is she just like really, really happy and needed a father figure, like really
Mhm.
just over the top to have a dad in her life finally? Or is there something more going on in this relationship?
Yeah.
Something a little twisted and sick? Or, like it's like,
Mhm.
what is this? Or is she just like overacting? And this
Mhm.
is just
I think it was very, like we've said, influenced by Tim Burton, and sometimes his writing and directing style, it's caricature type of
Mhm.
direction. So I think that was intentional. Did it land? Like intentional for just them to have a character and to be maybe funny, but to also be kind of quirky and weird,
mhm,
which is
Yeah.
what Tim Burton does.
mhm.
Mhm.
And I think that obviously was shown here. But for me, it didn't really land. I
Yeah, I know.
didn't.
Mhm.
I didn't think it really brought enjoyment for me to the
Mhm.
movie. Um,
It wasn't.
when
Oh, sorry. Go.
when Frankenstein first shows up, the creature, that whole like chase scene and stuff, it was just weird to me. Later on, he grew on me, but at first I
Mhm.
was like, I don't know, this seems kind of silly. Like obviously it was, but like too silly to where I wasn't laughing. It was just like, this is kind of dumb. But it's not going to land for everybody. And I enjoyed the movie overall. I'd watch it again, like with our kids or something. But it's not going to be a movie like I'll put on and watch by myself.
Yeah,
definitely not.
And now I think that I would be right to say that like Edward Scissorhands is probably like your least favorite of the Tim Burton movies.
I don't really like Tim Burton movies in general.
Yeah. Although you like them more than I do, I feel
probably, yeah.
Because
I like Frankenweenie. I like the Batman movies that he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Well, and you like, is it not?
Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's a presents. That wasn't directed.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh.
He was a producer on it.
Yeah, it was a Tim Burton presents or whatever. He gave a stamp of approval.
Okay. Well, I would say I think that aside from Frankenweenie, because it's so special to you, I would say that Edward Scissorhands is like the Tim Burton movie that I do like. And so I'm more inclined to like something like this. Yeah. Like I really
the colors and everything reminded me of Edward Scissorhands too, with like the purples and the greens. And, I mean, that was very 80s as well.
Yeah, I felt like it was more 80s than Edward Scissorhands, but
which it could be both.
Well, no, it had Edward too.
It had Edward Scissorhands had both like the very dark and mysterious, but also like very bright. When, during the day with the neighborhood, and that's what I felt with this movie. When it's other people around, it was very bright and just like, but when it was mostly her and the creature, it was all just very dark and dreary and
So I just didn't find it quite as bright as Edward Scissorhands, but whatever. But I could tell. I know after we talked, and like I could tell just right off the bat that you were not as big a fan as myself, and
not as
sounds
much.
like Joel.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's a lot of other
You're more on the critic side than the audience side.
Yeah, definitely not going to be in the 80s for me. I'll tell you that.
Not an 89.
No, closer to the IMDb score.
Yeah, that's more of what I think that score was anyway. Because 88% of people thought it was 60% or more. So that's not 88%, like almost a perfect movie. No, this movie was definitely far from that. But of the three of us, I think I am more of a Tim Burton fan than all of you guys. So I do like his directing style. I think it's very unique. And
it's true.
And
it is
very dark.
It is unique.
And and I liked how it seemed like she was, as the movie was going on with everything with her face and with her hair, and she was looking more and more like Helena Bonham Carter as the movie was going on with like her crazy hair and everything. Who was very much a Tim Burton actress. They were like married for a while or together for a while, and she's been in a lot of his movies, and she kind of had like that look to her. And I was like, okay, that's definitely a Tim Burton thing. So just was very much inspired, and I think she did a great job. Like I've never seen the other movies she's done, Zelda Williams, but as far as theatrical releases, I think she did a really good job with this one. So
I'll say I'm not gonna say like the giveaway or like give any kind of spoilers, but I'll say the way that the creature progressed, I really liked what they chose of how he was able to progress through the movie. That was super fun. And we'll talk about that in the spoilers, but I loved that. And I honestly, like, if you didn't know it was Cole Sprouse, I feel like you wouldn't even know, like, be able to recognize him until much later on in the movie.
Yeah.
I thought they did a fabulous job with makeup and everything with the creature.
Yeah.
See, I didn't.
And
I mean, I didn't recognize him, but I thought the makeup was corny.
But it wasn't supposed to be like serious or anything.
I know,
it was fun. It was fun,
It
and
didn't
it
look
disguised
realistic to me.
him. It was silly. I mean, look at the
Like zombies. Like, I mean, that's what he should look like a zombie. And I don't think he did. He just looked like a dirty person.
He moved around like a zombie.
Yeah, he moved around like a zombie. I don't know.
I don't know.
He was pretty fast on his feet for being dead for 100 years.
Yeah, he became pretty quick. But and I loved her look, and I thought it had just such a fun feel, and I loved how when he changed, she changed. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's give it a rating so we can get into some spoilers
All right.
here.
What's yours?
You want me to go first?
Go first.
You're the spoiler or whatever. No, the whatever.
I'll go 73.
Wow, I didn't think you'd even go that high.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's not like a bad movie.
Okay.
So it's fine.
I'm gonna go with an 81. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Like Danny was saying, I don't know how many times I would actually put this movie on. Especially if it was just like by myself. I like Tim Burton, but I don't typically put his movies on that often, if ever, unless it's the Batman movies. But I'm just Batman 1 and the Batman Returns, they're good movies.
I haven't even seen them.
What?
No desire.
Well, they're good. You're missing out. But yeah, I've seen Edward Scissorhands a number of times over the years, but mostly when I was younger. Like I don't know the last time I watched it. Like it's just I don't typically put his movies on very often, but so yeah, I don't know how many times I'd watch it, but I do like it. I really thought they did a really good job with it. So,
all right, cool.
All right, I'm gonna go 79.
Okay.
Oh man,
I thought I was gonna be much higher than you, but I'm only a little bit higher.
Yeah.
I was going between high 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah.
But talking about it, I'm like, no, I really did have fun. So,
Yeah.
and I'm like in the mood to defend it.
Yeah.
I think Joel liked it the most out of all of us, I guess.
I mean, for me, it's not a bad movie. It's just not my kind of movie.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give it like a low score because that's not really fair.
Yeah.
It's just not really for me.
I will say, of the movies that came out this year, this is the best. So.
Oh, okay. Putting it above Night
Swim. We got Night Swim.
I still don't even know I rated that
It's
one.
number one so far. All right.
All right. Okay, so this has been scary.
I don't know. Has
it? I mean, there's some parts. If you want to hear us talk about it more, come over to our Patreon and hear our spoilers. There's gonna. I mean, I have something that. Yeah, about that one scene.
Okay.
So
yeah, we got to hear about Joel's.
Who
what
was
he
the
learned.
killer?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Go
to our Patreon.
Go subscribe and get on there.
All right. So we will talk to you later.